Hello everybody, Amigos TV, welcome back to Dragonfable. We are going to finally watch the last cutscene for this questline. MALEUROUS, Natha, and the epilogue, Remembrance. Get to it. We didn't do it last episode because the video was getting really long, and really long videos tend not to do all that well. Dish 2's ready, everyone. So that's jarring seeing Milo sit there. Hold on. There we go. I don't know. This doesn't feel right. Is there something wrong with your stew? I can't say I've had anything quite like it before. What do you think, Milos? I do not have the required mechanical process to ingest food, but I'm sure it's delicious. Ah, right. We'll have to figure that out for later. With your permission, of course. Of course. No, the stew's fine. Delicious, even. Was it really okay to have Renthalis just... You want to. Lock and key will make sure whatever remains of Cthulhu's influence does not escape. You say that, but I find it hard to believe they're infallible. The makers are inside them too, after all, and if the madness that took Renthalis were to spread, it seems risky. The remains are dormant and secure. Risk is minimal. Besides, it's only temporary. They just have to hold everything until we get back to Lashayat. Oh, I'm not one for nostalgia, but really has been quite a while. Once I get a lab set up, maybe excavate a few artifacts, we'll make a separate secure unit for Renthalis. Equilibria, Whispers, Cthulhu, I'm still trying to make sense of everything. What happened to Renthalis? Can't say I know anything about this Cthulhu entity, but as for Renthalis himself, the way I understand it, Renthalis and his people were tasked by the Avatars, keeping watch over something or other. Well, whatever it was broke free and the Abyssal Elves were enslaved. Renthalis managed to escape but never forgave the Avatars for abandoning them to their fate. Excuse me. Something that broke free and enslaved them, I think it's fair to say that was Cthulhu. Oh right, that makes sense. I see. When we fought then, that was this Cthulhu? I don't think so, not entirely. It was different from the Cthulhu I encountered before, similar but different. I think Renthalis maybe never truly escaped Cthulhu. So Cthulhu's influence and Renthalis' desire for revenge against the Avatars and Equilibria must have coalesced in his dreams. So he wasn't just angry about the Avatars, but Equilibria too? That might have been my fault. Or at least he learned of Equilibria from me, I think. It sounded like Cthulhu had some knowledge of Equilibria and Whispers beyond your understanding, Natha. Curious that. Whatever the case, I imagine the madness must have latched onto Renthalis' obsession and amplified it somewhat. Cthulhu probably wasn't happy about the Avatars trying to contain it either. What do you think, Milos? You've been pretty quiet. I do not recognize any of these designations. I am sorry I cannot be any more help. Okay, Milos, we're just trying to make sense of everything. I do have a curiosity though. Renthalis mentioned things repeating or staying the same. Just how old is Cthulhu? When I first met and mentioned that we had met before, a lot of cryptic weirdness just like this time. You just suppose we get reincarnated or reborn after we die, do you? Oh, such blasphemy from the Holy Warrior. I'm only asking the question as a hypothetical. That's how it starts, you know. Right, too far, sorry. As for reincarnation, even among the exalted, there was no mention of people being reborn or souls returning from death as it were. At least from my own studies, and it was certainly never a theory followed by Lashayat in my time. After all, I was directed by the throne to look into longevity. From my understanding, when people die, their mana typically returns over time to the mana core. What happens after that, I cannot say. There are exceptions, of course, but none that I have studied particularly in depth. With how old Cthulhu seems to be, maybe it has trouble understanding what happens when it wakes. I know it recognized me or thought it did. Who knows? Maybe it is as ancient as I am, or older, and perhaps its memories are just frayed. Maybe it isn't right to keep the makers as they are, if this is the sort of threat that they are protecting from us. Oh, that was you onto my bed. But we're able to protect ourselves, we can't protect everyone. Neither could the Avatars. I can't say I'm not interested in Cthulhu, but from what we saw happen to Renthalis, some things are better left alone for now at least. Oh, that reminds me, Milos. Yes, Virgil? How did Natha convince you to fight against the Avatars? Natha offered me that which I wanted most, life, a new form. That was very convincing. That was all? That seems like a rather lopsided transaction. If I survived, I did not know what would happen to me. Perhaps I would have been free. There's a very distinct possibility that the Avatars would have imprisoned me or attempted to coerce me into their service. You freed Milos from the, what was it again? A corrupted seed, Shadow Scythe. The Shadow Scythe, that's one of the things the Avatars were afraid of, and I think Sepulture had ties to it. I recall the makers bringing it up when we first met them. The Vulture was that villain you fought before, wasn't he? And as I learned from Milos, turns out the Shadow Scythe are older than even the Exalted. The makers feared themselves becoming influenced by something, but that seemed distinct from the Shadow Scythe. What's Vega doing in the background? Come on now. Lockin. You feared the influence of the Whispers, though I imagine they've been conflicted for a long while now. It sounds like you've dealt with the Shadow Scythe before, Virgil. Do you have any insight into this? Sepulchre and the Mysterious Stranger were a lot more actively evil than even some of the MALEUROUS, destructive forces of Doom. Perhaps the Shadow Scythe is a splinter of the Whispers. No, that doesn't make sense if it came before. I'm working with incomplete information. How exciting. This begs further research. Right. So Milos, we freed you from the influence of Doom. Why turn against the makers? I was free, but I held no gratitude to the Avatars. Yuanta and Virgil, you freed me despite the Avatars' orders. They would have been just as content to see me destroyed or subjugated by themselves. I would have never be free to exist while they remained. You don't know that. Given their previous behavior patterns, it was a logical interference. Despite Natha's eagerness and her own obsessions, I never felt used or coerced, as I feared from Menthalis. You see, nothing underhanded or sneaky. I didn't force Milos to do anything they didn't want to do. That's reassuring. I suppose I can try to understand. What about the other dragon egg? What's up, Vega? Stu disagreeing with you? They are curious about the egg of the Savior, as it was returned to the Avatars after the heroes defeated Vana. Do you know what happened to it after? I hate to think of it lost in the Deadlands. The egg is important, is it? The egg contains the counterpart to Vega, the Savior, the Creator. Nothing I've ever heard of. Sounds like the Celestial of Equilibria nonsense to me. Do you know what happened to it, Lock and Key? We do not. Wherever the Avatars may have placed it before their slumber, we do not know. I'm sure it will turn up eventually. Important things tend to, after all. Certainly do. Enough. That's enough heavy talk for one night. We should be celebrating our victory. There'll be plenty more time to talk later before we head back to Lashayak. We've had quite the adventure, haven't we? Doesn't have to end here. I suppose the grandkids can take care of themselves a little longer. There's still so much to see. I would like to explore more of this land as well. You're all welcome to stay as long as you wish. I'm sure your adventures will one day lead you to Lashayak as well. You'll be welcome as heroes, of course. As one journey ends, another begins. Such is the hero's story. So solemn. Excuse me? So solemn, we need to lighten up a bit. Hey Spruce, can you get us around a Moglinberry juice or two? The good stuff. The better stuff? I just want more. Sure thing. Note to self, procure a keg or two to transport it back to Lashayak. I'm sure there's plenty of room in Lock and Key. Later that evening. Oh, Serenity, I miss you so. It's over. It's finally over, Serenity. From the cultists to Valdrith, Kaitif to the MALEUROUS. But it's never over, is it? I know there will be more threats to lure, more mysteries to uncover, more friends and foes, more struggle and loss, more victories and moments of peace. I'm lucky enough to be free to make my own choices, follow my own path, and I have the power and friends to see me safely through the dangers along the way. Sometimes I can't save everyone. Is that fate or destiny decreeing when someone's life must end? Is it doom overtaking and destroying, taking whatever it can? Doing some difficult thinking, Virgil. Hi, Natha. Well, recent events have given me a lot to think about. Good and evil, destiny and doom, all these higher concepts and influences, even beyond those such as Cthulhu. Who knows how many things are watching and playing with us? What do we do? There's enough trouble on lore as it is without heroes searching beyond for beings that may one day look at us the wrong way. We balance ourselves, Virgil. And if anything, such as the makers wish to impose their will on us, then we fight back. We win just as we have already. As for searching beyond, I'm certainly not satisfied with the answers I've gotten so far. Maybe one day when you get bored of being the hero of lore, you'll find me. Or I'll find you. Or maybe you'll poke something you shouldn't have and I won't have much of a choice. We always have a choice, Virgil. Nothing is impossible. Are we friends? What? Never mind. I was just surprised. It's quite the tone shift. Oh, sorry. I think after everything we've been through, what do you think, Natha? Are we friends? Oh no, I'd like to be. It's a good start. I'm sure you'll meet plenty of other people on your adventures too. With the Avatar's gone, whatever happens, whatever you decide to do, however you interact with others, all your own actions and words. I did put a lot of blame on the makers, the avatars. Even then, my actions are and were always truly my own. Thank you for that reminder, Virgil. I'm free after all, free to make mistakes, to learn and to grow. You know, I bet there are a lot of people in the Shayak who feel the way you do. You feel like you've done everything right according to the makers, yet still find themselves suffering. I was lucky, but yes, there are certainly those who could do with some freedom. But I did promise you, Anta, I wouldn't start a revolution. You had so much to process, that anger and betrayal. Those you helped might need more productive ways to channel that anger besides violence or lashing out. Still thinking about starting a revolution, aren't you? Maybe. If I just accidentally let words slip and someone else spreads it, it's not really me starting things, is it? Not actually telling people to take up arms, but a clandestine group of researchers and adventurers sounds exciting too. I'll just have to see which path feels more interested, or maybe I'll follow both. What about you, Anta? I do want to be her friend too, I suppose. So many decisions, how exciting! Speaking of which, right now I'm going to decide to go in and get another mug of Mogulberry juice, for example. Such freedom is absolutely incredible. Right, I'll see you later, Natha. I could get cocoa berry juice or mix them together. Surely someone's tried that before. I hope it just becomes like highly explosive. It just goes straight kaboom as soon as you mix Mogulberry with cocoa berry. So many discoveries to be made, so many mysteries to solve, questions to answer, adventures to be had. Better head back before Vega gets up to any mischief. The way this is structured, it sounds like this was supposed to be the end of book 3. Might just be that the writers got really good really quickly. They seem happy with their results, as they should be. They were victorious. Would they be upset if we were to leave? They would. Emotional attachments can be deductive to observational endeavors. Then the observations shall continue. We still have much to learn. Still have much to share. True. The end. The quest. Arm of the Makers. Very important. This is going to unlock something for us. The MALEUROUS. Nothing. White cutter. So, a bit of a scam. If you, I've fetched the Abyss Cutter sword. You can get yourself one of these. Either the sword, the dagger, or the staff. Here's the thing, though. It's not a scythe. I really expected this to be a scythe. I'm kind of disappointed. Charm of the Makers. We got Forgotten Dream. Speaking of Forgotten Dream, we're going to go use that right away. You didn't know what it's used for. Might as well show you guys. All the way down. Go see this. Excuse me. Go see this guy. Forgotten Spear upgrade. Save your spear. The Icy Soul Woven Shard. That's the wrong upgrade. Dreams Ember. You know what? Tell you what. We make mistakes sometimes. That's going to be just a little bit later down the line. Forgotten Dream you trade for something at the end of a who what make it. It's for Blaster, of course. So, speaking of Blaster, did we keep everything for Blaster stuff? I think we did, right? The Shayak Capacitor Gem, we didn't buy one. Amalgam Core. But you do need to get charging, then you need the Unstable. Stability Core for Doom and Destiny. The Infected Stability Core. Alright, sick. We'll do that another time. You know what? Because we're going to be hitting the quest line, I'm just going to end it here. A much shorter episode, I know. But in the next episode, we're going to be continuing the main quest probably until the end. Which will be the end of book 3. And we'll do the first Weaver quest line all the way at the end. Sounds like a plan? Amazing. We did the Thorns, we did all of this. We met Secondus. Alright, good. We are where we need to be. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And after that, there'll be some more in content. I'm probably gonna take like 2 weeks off of doing this, and then I will start the new series. Maybe I'll go right after, which is going to be the entirety of this game in doomed mode. And we're gonna take a different starter class, we're gonna take different decisions, we're gonna play different classes. It's gonna be a good time. As always, if you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!